Young Gravy is a character, a man of unparalleled height who is obsessed with hunting MILFs. Now, he's always bubbled under the surface whenever it comes to popularity, but with his new song Betty, he's really starting to break into the mainstream. Now, not to sound like an asshole or anything, but I'm still gonna do it. I've been listening to him since like 2017, whenever the Mr. Clean music video came out. So I've seen a majority of his up and coming, everything. So I thought, why not make a video on it, from kind of a semi firsthand, whatever. This isn't a Nat Geo documentary, so I'm not going to get everything, but I'm going to try and get as much as possible without stretching out the video terribly long. Before he became Young Gravy, Matt Hari would hang out with his friends doing drugs, punching ignorant people. You can look that up too. But, the usual. And while he'd hang out with these people, he would like freestyle and he became pretty good at it. And eventually he gave himself the name Young Gravy. And he would center his raps around that, called himself Mr. Butter, all this other stuff. Hanging out with his friends, one of his friends came up to him and was talking about how he had a friend in Atlanta who was coming up on SoundCloud, which actually turned out to be Lil Yachty, which is kind of, where he is right now. So feeling inspired by that, he decided to start recording songs and putting them on SoundCloud over like old R&B samples. He sampled the piss out of a lot of songs. We're talking Careless Whisper, a bunch of songs, just a bunch of just random, really, really good songs, He had his core producer kind of group with Young Castor, Jason Rich, and Inglewood. He actually has a brand with Inglewood, or had, on SoundCloud. He saw some decent success, and he met his longtime friend, Baby No Money. And for the time being, he was doing pretty good, but it wouldn't be until 2017 where he would have his first like viral hit or whatever. October 2017 was whenever he released the Mr. Clean music video. Now, he released a song a month earlier, but didn't really see like crazy success. But then he released a music video, and that's when everything kind of blew up. The video seemed to be the main source of traffic just because it was just ridiculous. The song was funny, and Young Gravy, but he's actually not terrible at making music. So it was great, and it had a sample of Mr. Sandman by the Cordettes. So just classic, it was great. He also had another song, One Thought, Two Thought, Red Thought, Blue Thought, which came out to be less successful, but also still helpful to his career. Thanks to both of these songs, he really bubbled in the underground scene, and he saw some success performing with Baby No Money. And all of this would eventually lead to him getting his record deal. Come mid-2018, the wait was finally over, and he released his first studio album, Snow Cougar. Now, much like his other projects, it had a fun but classic sound to it. Popularity-wise, it didn't really do much, but it definitely is received well by fans. The following year, he would release Sensational, his next studio album, and it had a very similar kind of impact. It had two really promising singles that are still pretty big in his discography. In 2020, he would release Gasanova, his third studio album, which had big names like Lil Baby on it. One song, Oops, would proceed to go viral on TikTok, making his music somewhat TikTok famous. From there, he took some time on his next unannounced album. He's released one single from it, titled Betty, the one that kind of influenced me wanting to make this video, which has seen insane growth for his career. I see all kinds of people talking about him now. He's become a character, as I said before, is like that's his whole thing. Like people are like asking him to like meet their moms, or like trying to keep their moms from meeting him, like all this funny stuff. So yeah, he's starting to become a mainstream artist now, and he's actually on the Spotify US 50 charts. I don't know if he's going to make it to the Billboard 100, but that'd be cool if somebody named Young Gravy was on the Billboard 100 with a pretty decent song. Young Gravy's always had kind of a steady climb up. He's never really like just dropped in popularity or anything, but it's nice to see that his style of sampling still stands to this day and still like keeps on being his strongest asset to his style and everything. He's also a really great on stage presence. I went to a concert in 2019 where he had D-Bangs, an old kind of viral rapper, and Baby No Money in it, and I think Savage Realm. I can't remember exactly, but just kind of a lot of meme-ish rappers, and it was really fun. It was great. Mosh pits, cookbooks were being handed out. It was great. It was really fun, and both Young Gravy and Baby No Money seem to be really nice guys. He doesn't have drama like ever. I don't think he's ever had like a Gravy is over party hashtag trending ever. I don't. The only recent drama that he's had has been a certain type of video leaking on Twitter, and even then, that's only boosted his clout or whatever, you know. So he's definitely got a leg up on other male celebrities that have gotten famous over the past few years. I'm excited for the new album, and to see how far Betty will go. You know, please let me know if you like this format. I know it's not like exactly the most like off the cuff type whatever, you know what I mean? So just let me know what you feel, and drink some water and have a great day.